finally a little bit warmer out today. It has been pretty cold here in Maryland. We actually had our first snow flying through the air this past week, just a slight dusting, nothing major, but it was still really pretty to see. So today I really wanted to get out and try to fill a couple of my urns that I've been collecting greens for over the past couple of weeks. I have saved some greens from our Christmas tree. I bought a bunch of magnolia, and then you just saw me foraging some greens from my yard. So I want to see what I can come up with. I have not done containers too much. I did a little bit last year and the year before. So I'm just gonna kind of be playing around with it. Not sure how it's gonna turn out, but it's still a much lesser of a cost than if you were to go out and buy all of your greens or buy a container that is already made. Those containers are so expensive and the greens are so expensive right now. It's just crazy to me. Like I would love to buy some winterberry and I don't know, some other more magnolia than I did, but I just can't afford that. So it adds up really, really quick. And I also want to make a couple of swags for our gates. So I'm going to bring you along with me. I'm going to add a little bit of decor to my front porch on top of my containers, and let's see what we can come up with. These are the two urns that I'm going to fill for my front porch. I had one of these right over here with my Boston fern in it that I literally had to wrestle out of the container to get out. It was so root bound. I did not film that because it just was not pretty. So I finally got that out, and I'm gonna fill these with some greens, and then I'll show you what all I have here. These are some cuttings from our Fraser fir Christmas tree, and this is cuttings from our green giant arborvitaes in our yard. These are some magnolia bunches that I picked up from the Home Depot right when they first came out. They had so many bunches, so I just grabbed them right up. That's the first year that I ever saw magnolia at Home Depot. And then these are our Autumn Brilliance fern that I thought might look pretty in the swags that I'm making for the gates. These are some plastic berries that my mom gave me that she thinks she might have more of. So I may grab some of those off of her for the red berries. And then these are some branches that are coated in, like, they kind of look like snow, I guess, or ice crystals. I got these last year on clearance at Home Depot at the end of the season. And then of course lots of hydrangea from my limelight, her little lime, and then my mom cut me this box from her limelights. So lots of hydrangeas to work with. And I don't know if I'm going to use these, but this is Nandina from the bushes out front, shrubs out front with the pretty red leaves. I thought maybe for some red interest in the pots, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use them or not. And I cut some of my winter gem boxwood, may snip a few more off if I need some more. These are some red bows from last year that I have to work with, and a whole bin of pine cones that my mom gave me as well. So I think that I should have a pretty good variety to work with. So let's get started and see what we can create. The containers are filled with soil to hopefully give the greens like a nice base to kind of sink them into. And also you can water the soil and stick the stems into the wet soil, and it'll keep them fresher for longer. So just a little tip. Oh my goodness, I love it. I think it turned out really, really nice. And my mom's gonna be bringing more of these berries. She's coming today. So when I put more berries in there, I think it's just gonna look really good. But I love the arborvitae and that hydrangea mixed in, the magnolia, and these sparkly branches just kind of sticking out the top as the centerpiece. And I can just kind of go in and add more and more to make it even more full. I probably will do that after I've used all that I want to use for the other container and for the swags. But so far, I'm pretty happy with how they're turning out. And they were so cheap to make. I would pay so much money for this in the store for all of these greens. So I'm happy. So let's get to the second container, and then hopefully I still have time to make some swags before it gets too dark out. I'm just going through and snipping some of the branches off of these kind of clusters that I have of the green giant arborvitae. Some of them are not laying super flat, so they're hard to work with in the container. So I'm just snipping off some of the tips just to make it easier to stick down into the container. And when I'm putting them in the container, I'm not putting them straight down in, I'm putting them at an angle so that they lay more flat and kind of, you know, branch out over the container. Another really pretty container, but I realized that I forgot to add pine cones and the boxwood. So I'm gonna go back and add that to these two containers, and then I'm gonna make some really quick swags. added some of the boxwood. I probably could have used a lot more boxwood, but I didn't know if I wanted to cut any more from my tiny little shrubs. So I just have some little sprigs sticking out, and then I just went along and tucked in these pine cones just back behind the hydrangea. If I were really ambitious, I would have glued them onto like a wooden stick, like a little skewer rod or something like that, but I'm running out of time. So I just tucked them back in. But I'm really happy with how these turned out, and I'm excited to add the red berries, and I may add some twinkle lights to them as well. I think my mom said she was bringing some twinkle lights also, so we'll see. But I'm gonna do the swags, and I probably will put all of this together on the porch in the morning because it's getting late and I have to run to my husband's office party. So I'm gonna do the swags real quick. So I already made one swag a few days ago. I just used some of my leftover Fraser fir and the green giant arborvitae and a red bow that I had from last year. It's super simple. All I did was tie everything together with a wire, a floral wire, and added a little bit of twine on the back to hang it on my front door. So simple, so easy. You don't have to buy a wreath for, $30, however much they're gonna charge for a wreath. So I'm gonna go, and I don't think I have enough Fraser fir to make this exact swag, but I may tuck some in and probably use more of the arborvitae as the base, and then just do a simple red bow. So that's my plan. Let's get to it. I think it turned out really pretty. I really like the fern added to that with the arborvitae and the Fraser fir. I think it turned out really cute. So let me make 2 more of these to go with this one. Well, this is where I left off yesterday. I got my containers finished and my swags and ran off to the holiday party for my husband's work. And now it is the next day and I am going to put all of these things where they go. I just wanted to show you real quick before I move them how they turned out. I really, really love them. I think they turned out great. I'm very happy. My mom brought me all of these red berries. These are actually plastic and they're fantastic because they don't fall apart when you work with them, like the styrofoam ones, and they hold their color. So I may have to invest in some of these for next year if she's going to use these next year. I don't know, but they're great. But I just love how these turned out. I'm very happy. And then this is the swag for my front door, and then I made these 3 for the gates. I love the addition of the fern. I think that just adds kind of a unique touch to them. So I'm gonna start putting these where they go and maybe add a little bit of decor to my front porch also today. It's a nice, warm and sunny day and it's going to rain a lot tomorrow. So I wanna get all of this done before that happens. I'm about ready to get started decorating my front porch. I just wanted to show you quick that I had already put up this white pine garland with the red bows. We do this every year, put white lights on it. I just think it looks so pretty. And I also wanted to show you, I'm gonna show you in the screen here, I am about to use this on my front door to hang my swag. This is one of the strongest things that I've ever found to hold wreaths and swags. If you don't want that metal wreath hanger on your door, which I struggle with because I have a glass door and it doesn't always work very well for me. It slides around a lot. So these really do the trick for me. So I will link these below if you're interested in trying them. Well, the front porch is done and I am very, very happy with it. I think it looks really pretty. It's very simple, but yet very beautiful. Really happy with how my swag turned out for the front door, and my planters, love them. I think they look so pretty. In future years, I would love to do a garland over the door as well. Maybe out of the arborvitae, the green giant arborvitae, or if I find some artificial garland at good price, I might do that. But for this year, I'm just keeping it real simple. And just really thankful that I could do these pots for so inexpensively this year. These berries that my mom's letting me borrow are really awesome. I will link some below from Amazon that I found that I've thought about investing in myself, because these will just last for years and years and years without fading or shriveling, like the styrofoam berries. I think they're definitely worth an investment if you don't have winterberry at hand. But just really enjoying these. And I also don't think I mentioned that I decided not to do the Nandina in these. I felt like it was just too much. There's just not enough space. It would have made them a little too full, I think. So I did leave the Nandina out, but that's a good option if you don't have, you know, red berries or anything red that you would like to add to your pots. If you have Nandina, that's a great thing to add. And then over here, just kept it real simple with my arrangement of arborvitae and holly, and just this simple red candle. It smells like strawberries, smells so good. The addition of the blanket and pillow makes it feel real cozy out here. And my little simple grouping over here with this antique sled. My mom brought this ribbon for me to use. She tied this little bow for me. I think it really finishes that off nicely. And these lanterns I have had for many, many years from, I believe, Target. The glass is shattered in many of the panels, but I just keep using them, and I actually need to get batteries for the candles, so I don't have them lit right now, but those will be lit. I will be doing a tour of just the lighting, probably in conjunction with a December garden tour here in the next week or so. So definitely stay tuned for that. And the star over here, I have always wanted to hang it on this wall. And I think one of you mentioned doing that in my fall porch video. And I never really wanted to drill, a hole in the brick, but I did just order some brick clips from Amazon that I'm gonna try on this wall, see if that works, and I will keep you updated on that. I'm hoping that it does, because I think that star would look really pretty on that wall right there. But very happy, very pleased with our Christmas porch. And I just thank you so much for joining me as I decorated our porch and made it feel cozy for the holidays. I hope that you all are doing well, and I will talk to you very soon. All right, bye.